Hello everybody. Thanks for stopping by my new YouTube channel. This is my second project video. My plan is to do a video on one of my many hobbies and projects every couple of weeks. I'm sure that'll change as time goes on though. Today I'm building a cordless drill storage rack and charging station. This station has room for 7 drills, nail guns, or other similar shaped tools. It also has a place to hang and store my reciprocating saw. You can build this rack in just a couple of hours, and it only requires about 2/3 of a sheet of 3/4 inch plywood. The cost for materials is around $50 if you have to buy everything new, probably less if you have scrap materials laying around. Anyway, enjoy the video, and thanks for stopping by. I'm using a 1/8 bit here to pre-drill the center holes for the radius that's at the back of the drill slots. In the next step, I'll go through and use a 1.5 Forstner bit to drill each one of these holes. My drill press isn't very strong, so I drill about halfway through each hole and then use the 1/8 inch guide hole from the other side to finish the cut. It would probably be better to use a jigsaw here, but since mine is packed away from our recent move, I used my skill saw here instead, and it seemed to work pretty well. Here we're gluing in the dividers, just a little bit of glue and a couple of brad nails. Notice that we're not gluing them to the back just yet, only gluing them to the notched board right now. I'll apologize now for my camera work. This is my second video, and I still haven't quite mastered setting up shots without getting in the way of the picture that I'm trying to take. Here we're gluing in the large vertical divider that goes on the right hand side of the rack. Notice again that we are not gluing it to the back, it's only being glued to the slotted board there at the bottom. Use a square to make sure that the slotted board and the first shelf are properly lined up before you tack the shelf down with brad nails. And I forgot to mention, I'm using 1.25 inch 18 gauge brad nails here. If you don't have a brad nailer, you could use wood screws or finishing nails, somewhere in the 1.25 inch to 1.5 inch range. If you do use wood screws, make sure you countersink them though. Here I'm installing the left side vertical piece using glue and brad nails again. And as before, I am not gluing it to the back. We'll attach the back in the next step or two. Here I'm getting ready to attach the back. What I'm going to do is flip the rack face down and slide the back underneath it. And then I'm going to trace around the pieces. That way I'll have marks on the back to guide me when I go to put the brad nails in. I'm slipping the second shelf in here. I'm not attaching it at this time. This is more to make sure that the end pieces have the proper spacing for when I attach the back. This is just the order in which I did it. You could put the shelf in prior to attaching the back. It's just personal preference. If you look close, the guidelines that I drew on the back are just barely visible here, and you'll see how that I'm using them to guide me as I'm using the brad nailer. So I'm getting ready to attach that middle shelf, and I'm going to use the 5 1/4 inch small shelves as spacing blocks for my shelf. I'm going to attach this shelf using pocket hole screws just because that's what I have. I'm using a 3/8 inch Forstner bit, drilling about 1/8 of an inch deep or so to countersink the pocket hole screws. I definitely won't be winning an award for best camera work this year. Getting ready to put in the two 5 1/4 inch smaller shelves. I'm using some of the scraps when I cut out the drill slots to work as spacers. Um, you could you can adjust those shelves to whatever height you prefer personally, or you could leave them out altogether and have that as just one big storage space. And I have to apologize here for the shaky video. I didn't realize that my shop fan was barely touching the tripod leg, so it made for some shaky video for a couple of minutes. I placed my shelf about 4.5 inches up from the bottom, but again, you can put them wherever works best for you, or leave them out altogether and have one large storage space. I'm adding a screw right here because the top was just a tiny bit warped and it had pulled away from the little vertical end piece. So the main part of the rack is pretty much complete at this point. What I'm doing now is just engineering on the fly, if you will, for the mounting system for my reciprocating saw. It's likely going to be different depending upon the brand of saw that you have. Or if you don't want to use it to mount a reciprocating saw, you could use this for saw blades, or even cut the back and the top 8 inches shorter and not have this piece of it at all. Well, that's pretty much it. Do recommend getting somebody to assist you with hanging this on the wall, as it's very heavy. Um, Thanks for watching my video. Comments are welcome, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.